Well, I'm back again, and this time I'm coming with Baby Driver. Got an early screening of it. Comes out, I think, next week or something. Directed by Edgar Wright, the director of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End, Scott Pilgrim, and he was going to direct Ant-Man, but obviously we're never going to see his full potential. Bit of a shame. Anyway, this film stars, what a name, Ansel Elgort, who's the main person who calls himself Baby. John Hamm, Elza Gonzalez, Kevin Spacey, Jamie Foxx, and C.J. Jones. Oh yes, also the love interest, who is Lily James. Lily James, who was in, I think she was in Cinderella and a couple of other bits and bobs here and there. Not too sure she isn't exactly that famous, but she's kind of an up-and-coming actress. As for Ansel Elgort, Elgort, or Ansel Elgort, I can't even pronounce his name, just that horrible. He was in Fault in Our Stars and, Divergence movies. But he's doing pretty well, considering the fact that he's actually 6'3". I'm just shocked. He's a really tall guy. And it's basically about a guy whose name is Baby, out of all the funniest things in the world. He's working for Kevin Spacey just to pay off his debts. And he's trying really hard. And the only reason he's there just so he can pay off his debts and maybe settle down somewhere or go away and live his life normally instead of having to drive all the time. He ends up falling for a waitress in a diner, Lily James, who, well, that's pretty much it. That's it, really. The plot, there's no major plot in there. You got John Hamm, who's just playing himself in a way. It's mostly about the soundtrack. I mean, you get a few hits here and there. It sounds like a bit hit and miss when you think about it. A few 70s tracks and a few tracks here and there. But nothing that's really going to stick in your mind too much. Even though it does have quite a few, cool ways of actually portraying the soundtrack by either doing noises in the car or banging doors or banging the side of something, or even the other thing it really has, which I really loved about it, was the dialogue. Dialogue's kind of witty, it's quick, it's right there, it's exactly how much you need of it. There's none of the cast members at all have, they all have enough screen time. Even the ones that kind of come and go. Kind of like the guy from, the Punisher at the minute in Daredevil, who's also in The Walking Dead and whatnot. And he only just comes on there for a brief bit. But when he's on there, he's really good on there. So they all have, basically, dialogue is perfectly written for them. Each and every one of them. Otherwise, what else can I say about it? Besides dialogue, besides the soundtrack itself, which is okay, depends how you feel about it. It's really about the car chase scenes, and the car chase scenes are really good. There's no, how do I put it? There's no CGI, supposedly, and there's no green screen either. So I don't know how much of it. It's all supposed to be completely practical, and it shows all the angles and everything else in the camera. And the camera work itself. Some of it's a little bit too close up, I think, more than anything else, which I've never really been fond of stuff that's a little bit too close up, but I do enjoy the way it comes off. It takes the premise of car chases and it makes it really fun. It shows you all the car chases that you've seen in other movies, kind of brings them back, but in a more kind of way, instead of, you remember all those car chases you liked, even in Fast and Furious? Instead of having all the CGI stuff, he's used actual car chases, which in a way is kind of missing from Fast and Furious, because all you see in Fast and Furious nowadays is they go through a wall or they bash into another car or some over-the-top way of doing it. Remember all stuff on was Fast and Furious 3, which was Tokyo Drift? Well, the actual drifting, it's in this, and they do it perfectly. All the drifting that you'd ever need in your life, this is the movie to watch it. Besides those factors, and besides the entire things about chase scenes, and there's a bit of parkour in it when Baby basically jumps over things, and towards the end you see a lot of that. Otherwise, the violence isn't too bad. There's no extremely over-the-top violence. It's more about the dialogue and the soundtrack itself. It has a bit of fun with it. It's more of a feel-good movie than anything else. Um, but there's something missing, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Really, there's something. It's really good. By the end, I think the ending kind of is okay, but doesn't quite hit the level I was hoping for, or even gives me the more satisfactory conclusion that I was hoping for. It's a bit too feel good. But otherwise, besides that, it's still another great film from Edgar Wright, and it's a shame that we never got to see the full potential of Ant-Man. But he's come with this, and he really has shown that he can still direct really good action flicks and actually take the genre and excel it in different ways. Kind of like in Birdman and quite a few other films where the camera doesn't cut away. It follows a person. I mean, there's one point, there's following a baby down the street, and when the song's coming on, you can see some of the words that are written in the background on the wall or on the side and little bits here and there. And it's one whole continuous shot. And he goes into a shop, comes back out of it after ordering the coffee, and goes back out. And those shots are really good, and he's done that quite often in this, and in a perfect kind of way. So he's showing as a director, he's brilliant. He's showing the shots are great. Cinematography-wise, brilliant. I mean, the action itself is fantastic as well. There's no massive amount of plot in it, but I don't think it really needs it. This is a great movie. Go watch it in the cinema. Forget anything else. At the minute, I mean, I think what's coming out soon is Transformers, which I know what that's going to be like, but I'm not really bothered. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about this movie. I mean, I personally enjoyed it. I don't know what you thought of it, but I thought it was great. So it was fantastic. Another Edgar Wright movie that I really want to watch, and I watched it and I loved it. So otherwise, leave a comment down below. You can always follow us up on Twitter, which is basically Let's Talk Shorts. We're also on iTunes and SoundCloud with the same name. Otherwise, this is just another night of review, and even though it is a night and whatever, it is boiling hot. Absolutely boiling hot in the UK. I'm dying in this weather. It's horrible. You never know, you might see the other two guys here next time. Probably not, who knows. But otherwise, I'll be back again, and probably, I don't know, where have we got to watch? Oh yeah, next is probably going to be Transformers 5, The Last Night. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.